Glitch in the Matrix, Episode 11. I'm Jenny, and today we're diving into a topic that's got everyone from high school seniors to college administrators buzzing: AI in college admissions. Buckle up, folks, because this rabbit hole goes deep.
Hey Jenny, David here. I've got to say, when I first heard about AI being used in college admissions, my initial reaction was, yikes. Talk about a potential disaster waiting to happen.
Hold up, David. Before we go full doomsday, let's break this down. I'm Matt, and I think there are some pros we need to consider alongside those very valid concerns.
All right, boys, let's get into it. I'll kick things off with a shocker. I was actually surprised to learn that universities are just now automating some of the data classification and quantitative side of admissions. I thought they'd been doing that for years.
Wait, seriously? You mean humans have been manually crunching all those numbers this whole time?
Apparently so. But here's my real question. Why are we so focused on using AI to decide who to admit? Shouldn't we be asking if AI can help us figure out what actually makes someone successful at a university?
That's an interesting point, Jenny. From what I understand, the AI tools are primarily being used for efficiency right now, processing thousands of applications in seconds, consistency in evaluation, that sort of thing.
Sure, but at what cost? Remember how Harvard ranked Asian applicants lower on personality? Now imagine that kind of bias, but automated and at scale. It's terrifying.
Ooh, good point, David. It all comes back to the rubric, doesn't it? Who decides what these AI systems are looking for, and how do we know they're measuring the right things?
Okay, let's play devil's advocate for a moment. While the bias concern is valid, couldn't AI potentially help reduce human bias in the admissions process? After all, humans are pretty biased too.
In theory, sure. But AI systems are still created by humans, Matt. They inherit our biases, sometimes in ways we don't even realize until it's too late.
You're both right, in a way. The key is in the training data and the oversight. But let's not forget, AI could open up some interesting possibilities. Like, what if it could help identify promising students from underrepresented backgrounds who might otherwise be overlooked?
That's assuming the AI is programmed to look for that, Jenny. My fear is that it'll just reinforce existing inequalities. The rich will still find ways to game the system.
Fair point, David. But consider this. AI could potentially analyze a much broader range of factors than human admissions officers have time for. It could look at things like grit, creativity, or problem-solving skills that might not be apparent from just GPA and test scores.
Now that's interesting. But how would it measure those qualities? Are we talking about AI analyzing application essays or something more?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Some companies are developing AI tools that claim to assess non-cognitive traits from essays and recommendation letters. But that brings up a whole new set of ethical questions.
Yeah, like who decides what a positive attitude looks like to an AI? And how do we make sure the AI isn't discriminating based on writing style or cultural references?
Exactly. And let's not forget about transparency. If an AI rejects your application, how do you appeal that decision? It's not like you can ask the AI to explain its reasoning.
That's a crucial point, Jenny. Explainability in AI decision-making is a huge challenge, especially in high-stakes situations like college admissions.
All right, so we've established that AI in college admissions is a minefield of ethical concerns. But let's be real, it's probably not going away. So how do we make this work without totally screwing over applicants?
Good question, David. I think one key is transparency. If colleges are using AI, they need to be upfront about it. Tell applicants exactly how it's being used and what it's looking at.
Absolutely. And I'd add that we need a human-in-the-loop approach. AI should be a tool to assist admissions officers, not replace them entirely.
Ooh, I like that. So maybe AI could do the initial sorting, flagging interesting applications for human review.
That still makes me nervous. What if the AI's initial sort is biased? We could be perpetuating existing inequalities.
Valid concern, David. That's why we need rigorous testing and auditing of these AI systems. Regular checks for bias, unexpected outcomes, that sort of thing.
And let's not forget about appeals. If an AI flags an application for rejection, there needs to be a clear process for human review.
Okay, I can get behind that. But here's another thought. What if we flip the script entirely? Instead of using AI to reject applicants, what if we used it to identify promising students who might otherwise be overlooked?
Now that's interesting. Like using AI to find diamonds in the rough.
I love that idea. It could potentially help level the playing field for students from underrepresented backgrounds or non-traditional educational paths.
Exactly. If we're going to use AI, let's use it to expand opportunities, not limit them.
And it could go beyond just grades and test scores. AI could potentially analyze things like extracurricular activities, essays, and recommendation letters to identify students with unique perspectives or experiences.
That's exciting. But it also brings us back to the question of how we define promise or potential. We'd need to be really careful about what we're training the AI to look for.
True. It's a balancing act between using AI's pattern recognition capabilities and avoiding unfair profiling.
Which brings us back to the importance of human oversight and continual refinement of these systems.
You know, the more we talk about this, the more I realize how complex this issue really is. It's not just about college admissions. It's about the future of education and opportunity in our society.
Agreed. And it's happening whether we like it or not. Colleges are already using AI in various ways, from sorting applications to predicting which students are likely to enroll.
That's why it's so important that we're having these conversations now. We need to shape how AI is used in education before it shapes us.
Absolutely. And I think one key takeaway is that we need to be asking better questions. Instead of just, how can AI make admissions more efficient? We should be asking, how can AI help us create a more equitable and effective education system?
That's a great point, Jenny. And it's not just about getting into college, it's about succeeding once you're there. Could AI help identify students who might need extra support or resources to thrive?
Or even help match students with colleges where they're most likely to succeed. There's so much potential here if we approach it thoughtfully.
Exactly. But it all comes back to transparency, accountability, and human oversight. We can't just hand over these crucial decisions to black box algorithms.
And we need to keep pushing for diversity in tech and AI development. The teams creating these systems need to represent the diverse population they're making decisions about.
Absolutely. This is a conversation that needs to involve educators, students, parents, tech developers, and policymakers. It's too important to leave to any one group.
Well said, Matt. And you know what? That's where our listeners come in. We want to hear your thoughts on this.
That's right. Whether you're a high school student worried about your college applications, a parent navigating this new landscape, or just someone interested in the future of education and AI, we want to hear from you.
So here's what we're asking. Drop a comment and let us know what you think about AI in college admissions. What excites you? What worries you? What questions do you have?
And don't forget to like and subscribe to Glitch in the Matrix for more deep dives into the wild world of tech and society.
You can also follow us on social media for behind-the-scenes looks and to join in on these conversations between episodes.
Remember, your voice matters in shaping the future of education and AI. So speak up and be part of the conversation.
That's all for today, folks. This is Jenny.
David.
And Matt, signing off from Glitch in the Matrix. Stay curious, stay engaged, and keep questioning those algorithms.